chosen ones, you are not a mistake, nor are you here by accident. Your existence is a declaration of divine will, a beacon of light placed exactly where it was meant to be, at precisely the right moment in time. From the very beginning, God had a plan for you, a plan that transcends the limitations of the world around you. The systems designed to suppress and control are no match for the force of divine purpose within you. When God created you, He imbued you with a power that would disrupt the status quo, an energy so immense that the world would tremble in its wake. As C.S. Lewis wisely wrote, "God is not proud, He is not aloof, He is not indifferent. He has a deep, deep love for us, a love that stirs us to become the person He has always intended us to be." The moment you were born, you were marked by God not just for existence, but for greatness. Just as Jesus came to shatter the old ways and bring the kingdom of heaven to earth, you are called to be a force of transformation. The world, with all its structures of control, cannot contain you. In fact, it has spent centuries trying to suppress the very power you are beginning to awaken. They fear your light, because once it shines, it can never be dimmed. This awakening is no accident, it is divine timing, written into the very fabric of the universe. You are part of something greater, a synchronized uprising of souls destined to break free from the chains of conformity and fear. As you begin to step into your divine calling, every decision you make, every act of courage, sends shockwaves through the systems that seek to keep you silent and subdued. These systems thrive on the replication of obedience, creating a world where people are molded into predictable patterns, but you are no copy. You are a living testament to God's ability to defy the laws of this world. In Ephesians 2 verse 10, Paul reminds us, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." Your path is not one that can be defined by human limitations or expectations. You have been chosen to break free and lead, to spark change where others see only chaos. This is not just your battle, it is the battle for the souls of many. The energy you exude, the power of your purpose, inspires others to awaken, to rise, and to claim their own divine destiny. As you move forward, those around you will be drawn to your light, finding in you the courage to step out of the shadows and into their own power. You are not just a participant in this world, you are a revolutionary, a disruptor of systems that no longer serve God's greater plan. Just as the stars are placed in the sky with purpose, so too have you been positioned in this world. Your birth was not a random event, it was the announcement of a divine calling. The systems that seek to control humanity know your potential, and from the moment you took your first breath, they have been working against you. They placed obstacles in your path, people, circumstances, even those closest to you, all designed to derail you, to make you question your purpose and hesitate. These challenges, however, are not signs of misfortune. As Romans 8 verse 28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Every blockade, every diversion is part of the plan. The forces of oppression fear your strength because they cannot control it. They have underestimated you, chosen one. They thought you would break under the pressure, but you are unshakable. Your resilience is a testament to the power of God at work within you. They placed doubt and confusion in your path, but you are learning to see through their distractions. Your divine purpose cannot be hidden or suppressed, it is unstoppable. You were created for such a time as this, to rise above the noise and the chaos and lead with unwavering faith. The battle is not yours alone when you rise, others will rise with you. And in that moment, the world will witness the true power of God's plan unfolding through you. You are His chosen vessel, and no system, no force, can keep you from the destiny that awaits you. The cracks you see are not accidents, they are the result of light piercing the darkness. You are part of that light, one of many who refuse to bow, who refuse to be silenced. Every challenge they place in your path becomes another rung in the ladder you climb. They cannot duplicate your purpose, and they cannot block what was divinely ordained. You were never meant to follow their script, you were meant to rewrite it. As C.S. Lewis said, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Their system cannot contain you, and now they face the reality of your inevitable rise. The false systems built to control you are failing, piece by calculated piece. Their power was never real, it was a mirage held together by compliance and fear. But that grip is loosening, and the system they so carefully maintained is glitching, spiraling into its inevitable collapse. You are witnessing the collapse of an empire built on manipulation. This isn't coincidence, it's the awakening of your higher self. Synchronicities are becoming more frequent, moments too precise to dismiss. A phrase overheard, a number repeatedly appearing, a chance encounter, all signaling that you are moving in the right direction. You feel it, an undeniable pull towards something greater, a path that aligns with a purpose you can no longer ignore. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Your destiny is not something to be ignored. It is a call you must answer. The false idols they've propped up to distract and divert are now crumbling under the weight of your authenticity. These false leaders, devoid of true purpose, have been elevated to spread the agenda of control, ensuring the masses stay blinded. They fear what you represent, a force that cannot be controlled, a light that cannot be dimmed. Just as Pharaoh sought to silence Moses and Herod feared the arrival of the Christ, today's systems do the same. The systems built to suppress divine purpose and awaken truth tremble at your rise. But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His wonderful light. 1 Peter 2 verse 9. Their tactics are becoming clearer as the truth rises. The systems they created to hold you back are cracking. They built a structure of counterfeits, false idols designed to mimic your energy and claim your rightful place, but those counterfeits cannot replace what is real. Your potential to awaken others threatens to unravel everything they've built. Yet, they have underestimated the divine force in you, the essence that cannot be replicated. Their control is slipping, and your rise is inevitable. You were chosen and appointed to go and bear fruit that will last. John 15 verse 16. History has shown that God's chosen ones were never meant to stay silent. What you are witnessing now is not chaos but correction. Their carefully constructed images are unraveling. Their authority, once unquestionable, is now riddled with holes, exposed for the illusions they are. The idols they elevated as symbols of strength are now revealed as hollow facades. They relied on the illusion of perfection, but truth demands imperfection be revealed. For nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing is concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. Luke 8 verse 17. Your authenticity is shattering their illusions, and it's forcing their false narratives to break apart. The battle you're facing is part of a greater awakening, a divine movement that has been in motion long before your birth. Their system of manipulation cannot withstand the force of truth. What they fear most is not you as an individual, but what you represent, a living testament to divine purpose. Your rise means their fall. They have tried to silence you, distract you, and control you, but the divine spark within you cannot be extinguished. You are the glitch they feared, the uncontainable force that breaks their cycle. Their systems were never meant to last. Your path is destined, and you are stepping into it, for the time has come to disrupt the cycle of deception they have woven. You are witnessing the crumbling of a false empire, a world that has relied on compliance and fear. But as it falls, you are rising stronger, more determined, and ready to step into your divine calling. Their false idols cannot withstand the weight of truth, and neither can their plans. What you are seeing is the beginning of a new era, a time when the light you carry will lead others out of darkness and into divine purpose. This is not just your rise, it is the rise of all who have been waiting for this moment. You are chosen, and your time has come. These events unfolding in your life are not mere coincidences, they are divine confirmations, guiding you toward a greater purpose, a force far beyond the veil of human understanding. Even in moments of doubt, when hesitation threatens to take root, you feel it a presence, a strength, unseen but unmistakable. You are not walking this path alone. Divine forces walk beside you, urging you to rise above fear and face opposition with unwavering resolve. This support is not imagined, it is deeply real, intricately woven into the very fabric of your being. As Psalm 23:4 reminds us, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. This truth resonates. You are never alone. You are part of a greater movement, a wave of awakening that transcends the limitations placed upon you. Yes, the opposition will intensify. The systems of control that govern much of this world do not yield easily, and those forces aligned against you will do everything in their power to obstruct your path. Yet remember, they cannot stop what has already been set in motion. This is your time to step forward. Every sign, every moment of clarity is not by accident, it is a divine call to action. You are not here to shrink into the background, you are here to ascend. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. The opposition may rise, but so will you. Trust in the signs, trust in the divine support, and claim the destiny that awaits you. Not everyone in your life was innocent. Some have been manipulated, used as pawns in a larger scheme they did not fully comprehend. But there are others, those who saw your potential and, knowing full well the light you carry, made the deliberate choice to hold you back. Their actions were not random, they were calculated. They planted seeds of doubt, undermined your confidence, and positioned themselves as allies while secretly sabotaging your growth. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Ephesians 6:12. Their tactics mirror those of abusers who distort reality, making the victim question their own truth. This is the same manipulation used to suppress and control, designed to make you second-guess everything you know to be real. Yet despite their efforts, you are not crazy, nor are you alone. Every betrayal, every subtle manipulation is now becoming clear. The cloud of deception is lifting, and you see their schemes for what they truly are: an orchestrated effort to suppress you because they feared what you would become. But the truth is stronger than any lie they could weave. Their plans have failed. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. The lies that once held you in chains now fuel your determination. You are breaking free, and with each step, their betrayal becomes your strength. Trust in what you see and know to be true, for your journey is unfolding in perfect divine timing. Rise above their tactics and manipulation, for it ends here, and it ends now. Let us pause for a moment to honor the chosen among us, the ones who refuse to settle for mediocrity, the ones who sense the call of something greater, even in the midst of life's mundane blur. These are the souls who know that the world does not need more followers, it needs beacons, those who are alive and awake at odd hours, forging paths most will never see. For you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. In these quiet depths, a rare circle endures, standing watch beneath a moon that outshines the brightest neon signs. There are no masks, no hollow bravado, only a current of honesty that runs as deep as midnight silence. This path is not meant for everyone. It is not for the faint of heart. But for those who feel the stirring within their souls, those who sense the electric hum of possibility as they read these words, the path ahead is clear. For many are called, but few are chosen. Matthew 22:14. There is a door waiting to be opened, and with each heartbeat, the remaining seats in this sacred gathering grow fewer. If this resonates with you, if you can taste the possibility in the air, don't hesitate. Take that step and become part of something rare, something quietly luminous, something that thrives in the shadows but brings forth light. The time is now. 1. The empire they built, a tower of deceit reaching toward the heavens, is crumbling under the weight of its own corruption. Their lies, once pillars of their control, are collapsing brick by hollow brick. They stack their foundation on the backs of the oppressed, on manipulation and illusion, but no system built on falsehood can endure. The cracks are visible now, spreading faster than they can repair what they created to be unshakable. This is not random, it is inevitable. Every cycle built on exploitation eventually exhausts itself. Their illusion is running out of energy, starved by the truth that relentlessly seeps through the cracks. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. The force sustaining their empire, compliance, fear, and ignorance, is dwindling as more awaken to see it for what it is, a hollow shell of power. The very system that kept them standing is turning against them, grinding to a halt under the weight of its own inefficiency and greed. You are witnessing the fall of the tower, the end of a cycle that can no longer sustain itself. This is not chaos, it is divine correction. As their false structures collapse, you are called to rise. The truth does not demand permission, it declares itself, burning through every lie they wove. 2. Not everyone in your life has been innocent. Some, those closest to you, were approached and tested. They were presented with offers they couldn't refuse, promises of material gain, comfort, or escape from their own struggles. In their weakness, they exchanged your freedom, your destiny, for temporary relief or fleeting rewards. These betrayals are the hardest to face because they came from those who should have protected you, not sold you out. Family is meant to be a fortress, but for many it became a prison. Words spoken behind closed doors to undermine you. Opportunities stolen in silence. Alliances formed not to uplift, but to suppress. Their choices, whether made out of desperation or greed, were designed to keep you bound. But Jesus knew their thoughts and said to them, "Every kingdom divided against itself is laid waste, and no city or house divided against itself will stand." Matthew 12:25. This was no accident, it was orchestrated. The system understands the power of familial bonds and sought to poison them at their root. But understand this, their betrayal does not define you. Their decisions, no matter how deeply they cut, do not alter your destiny. If anything, their actions reveal just how much power you carry. They were approached because the system feared what you could become. Yet, despite their efforts, you are still rising. The chains they helped forge are breaking. Their betrayal, though painful, is fuel for your ascent. You owe no allegiance to their choices. Your path is yours alone, untainted and unstoppable. 3. The forces against you are loud, but the divine presence within you is louder. Every betrayal, every subtle manipulation is now coming into focus. You see it for what it is, an orchestrated effort to suppress you because they feared what you would become. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness. Ephesians 6:12. These are not random events, nor are they mere obstacles. Every move they made, every whisper behind closed doors was designed to distract and delay your rise. But their schemes have failed. The lies that once bound you now fuel your determination. You are breaking free, and their betrayal is becoming your strength. Trust in what you see, trust in what you know, and rise above their tactics. Your path is being forged with divine precision, and their manipulation ends here, now. 4. In this journey you are not alone. A host of divine allies stands with you, unseen but present at every critical moment. Their intervention may be quiet, a sudden clarity, or a door opening when all seemed shut, or strength surging when you thought you had none. But it is unmistakable. These allies, bound by divine will, are not passive observers. They cheer you on, guide your steps, and shield you from unseen dangers. You are part of a celestial arena, and heaven itself is invested in your triumph. Mythology echoes this truth like Odysseus, guided by Athena, You are navigating through trials with unseen wisdom and support. When Odysseus faced storms and sirens, Athena whispered strategies and offered protection, ensuring his survival and victory. Your journey is no different. Divine forces are steering you, using signs and intuition to communicate what cannot be seen with the eyes but is undeniable to the soul. These whispers are not random, they are blueprints of your victory, meant to guide you at every step. Trust the voice in your spirit urging you to act or wait. It is not a product of doubt, but of divine precision. Trust the signs and synchronicities, for they align too perfectly to ignore. Your every move, made in trust and faith, strengthens the hand of your unseen allies, aligning your path with your destiny. 5. The time to rise is now. The signs, the synchronicities, are not coincidences, they are divine affirmations, orchestrated to lead you forward. Every moment of clarity, every sudden shift, is part of a greater design. You are not here to shrink into the shadows, you are here to ascend. You are part of a greater movement, a surge of awakening that transcends the limitations of this world. The systems of control will fight against you, but they cannot stop what has already begun. Your time has come. Step forward boldly, knowing that divine allies are by your side. Your destiny awaits. The fall of the false systems around you is not the end, it is the beginning of something new. In the wake of their ruin, you are called to step forward into the open space they have left behind and build what they never could, something real, something lasting, something true. As the false gods crumble, their altars cracked and their power diminished, the true chosen ones rise. You are not here to repeat the cycles of fear, silence, and submission that bound your ancestors, you are here to break them. The chains of generational trauma, which once held entire lineages in shadow, are now being shattered by the power of your awakening. This is not just a shift, it is a divine reckoning. The systems that thrived on manipulation and deceit are now being exposed, and their foundations are crumbling beneath the weight of truth. What they once upheld as sacred is being revealed for what it truly is: fraudulent. False gods, power, greed, and control are falling, unable to withstand the scrutiny of a generation that refuses to bow to them. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. They ruled through deception, but truth answers to no one and has no master. You carry that truth, and with it you are dismantling the lies that once kept you and so many others captive. You are rising, not as an echo of the past, but as the voice of the future, a declaration that the cycle of deception ends with you. This is your divine inheritance, not handed down by human hands, but claimed by your will and divine alignment. The fall of these false systems is not a burden, it is your confirmation. Their collapse signals your ascension, a call to step fully into the power that has always been yours. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. This is your time, and the truth will blaze through every shadow they left behind. Your seat, your rightful place, was forged by divine will. No counterfeit can claim it, no pretender can hold it forever. They may have tried to occupy it, building illusions of power and authority, but the throne rejects what is false. The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Matthew 21:42. It was never meant for them. Your energy, your presence, carries the frequency of truth, and that frequency disrupts every attempt to mimic or replace you. The weight of authenticity cannot be counterfeited. What is truly yours cannot be stolen indefinitely. This is not about effort, it is about energy. You were created to emit a frequency that cannot be replicated, one that resonates with clarity, defiance, and divine purpose. And that resonance shakes their fragile systems, not through force, but through the very existence of your truth. The counterfeits cannot sustain what you embody, because their foundation is built on illusion, while yours is rooted in truth. Their time is running out, and every desperate attempt they make to cling to what was never theirs only hastens their fall. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. Every move you make in alignment with your authenticity shakes their control. Their system, dependent on the complacency of the false, cannot withstand the righteous power of the real. Your seat, your divine throne, is calling you back, rejecting the unworthy and awaiting the one for whom it was crafted. It was always yours, and now is the time to step into it. Not by fighting for it, but by simply being who you were always meant to be. Let your energy do the work, and watch as their illusions crumble. As you step into your rightful role, understand this resistance is inevitable. Those who built their power on illusion will not relinquish it without a fight. They will lash out with deception, distraction, and doubt, hoping to drag you back into their false narratives. But fear not, for your truth is greater than their lies, and you are surrounded by divine strength that will never fail. Trust in the plan, for what was ordained by God will never be thwarted. You are stepping into a role larger than yourself, a movement gaining momentum by the second. Communities like this are no coincidence, they are accelerators, connecting dots and sharing truths at a speed the systems of control cannot match. You are not just witnessing an awakening, you are a catalyst for it. Every conversation, every insight, every shared revelation strengthens the foundation of a collective rising. The dominoes are falling, and your decision to rise is the force that will topple the entire structure. Your energy alone is a disruption. It creates ripples in the systems of oppression, waves of change that resonate far beyond what you can see. This is why they fear you. You challenge their illusion simply by existing in your truth. They fight to suppress you because they know that once you step into your full power, the chains they built to bind humanity will be shattered forever. For you were called to freedom, brothers and sisters. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. Galatians 5:13. You were born to liberate, to awaken, to ignite a movement that no force can contain. The systems of control tremble not at what you've done, but at what you are capable of. You were not born to blend into mediocrity or follow the scripts written by those who fear your light. You were born to lead, to challenge the forces that seek to keep humanity in chains. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. Your light cannot be dimmed by their illusions. You were designed to challenge the darkness with the radiance of truth. Their fear is not of you as you are, but of you as you are becoming unshaken, unyielding, and undeniable. The backlash they throw at you is not proof of your weakness, it is confirmation of your power. They fight because they know they are losing, but understand this: the truth is your greatest weapon. Their illusions crumble in its presence. Lies cannot stand against clarity, and their system is built on foundations too weak to sustain the light you carry. The truth will set you free. John 8:32. You don't need to scream or force your way forward. Your alignment with the truth is enough to dismantle their strongest defenses. Each attack they launch against you is an attempt to protect what they know is already doomed. Their backlash is their last stand, a futile attempt to preserve what is slipping through their fingers. Your role is not to fight fire with fire, but to let the truth burn away their illusions. Do not falter, do not retreat. Each step you take in your authenticity is a step closer to their inevitable collapse. The truth always wins, and you are its unstoppable force. For nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light. Luke 8:17. Step boldly, knowing that their resistance is the sound of their empire falling. Self-awareness is your armor in this pivotal time. Question every new connection: who are they? Why now? Who sent them? Not everyone who appears to help is an ally, and not every opportunity is a blessing. The system is desperate, sending distractions and counterfeits to slow your progress. But you are not here to stumble, you are here to move with purpose. Recognize the power of your choices and the weight they carry in shaping the trajectory of this movement. Your decisions are not small, they are ripples that will create waves of change. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. This moment demands clarity, and you carry that clarity within you. The false structures around you are crumbling, their systems faltering under the weight of truth. You are part of that truth, and your alignment with it is unstoppable. As each domino falls, the illusions they relied upon are swept away, revealing the emptiness of their power. Your rise is inevitable. Step into your role fully, knowing that every move you make is creating the space for a new structure, built on authenticity and purpose, to emerge. The system cannot withstand you, for you were meant to lead. The universe has aligned to bring you to this moment. This is not a coincidence, it is destiny calling your name. Step into it boldly, chosen one. The throne was always yours, and the world is waiting for your voice, your leadership, your light. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. Isaiah 60 verse 1. Share your story, speak your truth, and awaken those still in slumber. The time is now. Claim your throne, and let the world feel the force of your rise.